The other day, a traveler from Cyrodiil asked me if I'd heard of the High Elves. I wasn't entirely sure how to respond.
Trouble?
Have you brought more silver jewelry for me to sell?
Yes, I have. Adara made the rings herself. She's learning to bend the metal. Well,
Oh, they are perfect. Thank you both.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry.
all? Sure! Come from?
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry. I am here to assist those seeking the... And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter... The more important question is, why are you here? Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within? I see. It would seem that the college has what you see. Not just anyone is allowed inside. A small test, if you will. Dragonborn? It's been so long since we've had any contact with the Greybeards. Do you really have the voice? I would be most impressed to see that. Fool! How did you do that? So the stories are true. You are Dragonborn. Normally, you'd need to show some aptitude with one of the schools of magic. But you... I think there is much that we can learn from each other. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
College entrance exam is much simpler than exams in Wayrest. Maybe if I grew up here, I would have gotten into college. Not that I'm uneducated, mind you. Traditional college instead of mages college. unconstructed spellbreaker. It's so like the Glimmer to invent something that nullifies magic. I still wonder how. Oh! I'm afraid I've never seen spellbreaker. Not safe. But you know everything. Surely you were around then. The dwarves settled and locked away. I never had a chance to see them. So, you never I'm afraid. Morrowinds. They settled in Hammerfell. Inspired other clans to settle elsewhere in Tamriel too.
I believe I've made
It's why
myself
you'll find the
rather clear.
ruins in High Rock. Anyway, King Lorgan went to war with Shalador, and that's when he first
Trying
used
to understand the
Spellbreaker.
reasoning
And
behind the decision.
Hey,
You may
I'm
be
glad
used to
you're
the Empire
excited, but you're
bowing
going to
your
have to
every
stop
whim,
and
but I'm
breathe,
afraid you'll
okay?
find the Thalnor received no
Right.
such treatment here.
Sorry about that.
You are a
It's
guest of
just
the college,
unusual for you
here
not
at
to
the
know
pleasure of
something.
the
I
Archmage.
got a little too
I hope you
excited.
appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done here.
Parents always wanted to live like this.
Welcome to the college. Another new student. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not I'll give you a brief tour and then we'll get you to your first class. Wonderful. Please follow me and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied.
You consider restoration a valid school of magic, worthy of study, don't you?
I'll show you the living.
Don't you?
Unfortunately, we've had to implement
Good.
more stringent
Good.
entry procedures. due to
Not
some
that I
problems
require
with the local
validation,
laws.
of course.
We
There
don't
are just
anticipate any
some,
real
and
violence, but
it can
never
make
hurts
life
to be
difficult when one's colleagues fail to recognize the spells and incantations for those with a talent to cast them. All right, then.
Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments.
There's so much magica that I can feel here. It's great.
Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions.
I can fight for myself. I've had a dagger on my hip since I was a child.
You know how to use it, right?
Yes. You just point the sharp end at your enemies and stab at their hearts.
Idiot.
I like your fire, though.
Well, oh mighty huntress, why don't you teach me the right way to fight then?
Fine. Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most esteemed wizards.
Enchanting services are one of the few...
Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability.
So,
that much is
this
not
must
being
be the
questioned.
main classroom for
What
the
I'm talking
college.
about is true control.
Kind of expected
Mastery of
more
magic.
tables and chairs,
years,
to be
if not
honest.
decades,
But
of practice
at
and
least
study.
no one's going to be dozing off
waiting
in class now.
Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do? Is that so?
See, she agrees with us too. Why don't you actually show us something?
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells? That's what this lesson is for. Perfect time to try it out. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it with the ward. Here we go. Over there, please. Just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now. Cast the ward spell and keep it up.
What you learn here will last you a
or else
lifetime.
this won't work.
Several
I don't want to hurt you. Over there, please. Just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up. Hold still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The
I'm not
college has
saying the
undertaken a
college caused the
fascinating
Great
excavation
Collapse,
in the ruins of
but
Southall nearby.
it's just
It's
kind
an
of
excellent
weird
learning
how this
opportunity.
place wasn't hit,
I
while the
suggest we
rest
meet
of
there in a few
Winterhold
hours
was.
and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you. Good to see Skyrim still has such... It's always encouraged. So you wish to master the arcane arts. All right then.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
My blood boils every time I think about what happened to Rongar's wife and daughter.
The College
I'm
of
glad we gave
Winterhold.
Lovarth and
Being
all
here
what
always
they
increases
deserve.
my mood.
I'm still here. A huntress is always on the move.
Hello. I know that it is Skyrim's sad attempt at safeguarding its magical knowledge. Magic in High Rock is much more accepted. Actually, it's more than accepted. In Wayrest, children play pranks on each other with illusion spells. Street performers show off their mastery of fire spells. Mages in High Rock are generally more skilled than even Skyrim's most impressive counterparts. I know. Oh! No. I meant in general. My knowledge of magic is lacking in comparison. Sometimes other kids would bully me because of it. But there's nothing wrong with having other skills. What about you? Do you know much about magic? Just enough to get by, huh? That's me too. Maybe we'll learn something new together? Talk to you later then. Isn't that some Nord thing? Do we actually have to go, or is this an optional field trip? I can think of 1,000 other things I could waste my time on. Exploring the college grounds, for example. Who knows what interesting secrets we'll find here? And not in an old Nord rune. We're still going, aren't we?
Do you have a moment to talk? It's about Sarthal. If I'm seeing things right, you are a very fresh student here. You finished your very first lesson, and now they're asking you to delve deep into a Nordic ruin? It seems a bit much, if you ask me. Then why are you going along with this? Good grief. You really can be a pile of scrib jelly sometimes. Just think about this. You're an experienced adventurer, even if you're just starting your formal studies in Skyrim. If you got into a fight, if not for your magic, you'd still find some way to come out on top. Look at the other students here. I don't think many of them have even adventured before. Worst case, they may end up getting hurt and killed, all just for some jaunt to discover various applications of magic throughout history or whatever.
You know, they say you can see me? Confound it all, I was quite sure I was invisible, or at least transparent. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. Farewell.
I'm actually in the middle of some complex mental calculations, so can you make this quick?
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance? And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just someone's errand girl? I knew it. Everyone comes in here expecting my help, but they don't even have the proper questions. An Elder Scroll is an instrument of immense knowledge. To read an Elder Scroll, a person must have the most rigorously trained mind, or else risk matter. Even so, the Divines usually take the reader's sight as a price. The simplest way to put it is knowledge, but there's nothing simple about it. It's a reflection of all possible futures and all possible pasts. Each reader sees different reflections through different lenses and may come away with a different reading. But at the same time, all of it is true, even the falsehoods, especially. It would take a month to explain to you how that very question doesn't even... The scrolls exist here, with us, but also beyond and beneath, before and after. They are Sorry, talking about the scrolls, you usually end up in irritating and vague metaphors like that. Some people who study them... You think that even if I did have one here, it would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. What about... Wait. Were you the one the Greybeards were calling? I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture.
Sure, magic has power, but it falters against the grit of flesh. Still, I have seen a few who wield it with the discipline of true warriors.
Here you go. Try not to spill anything.
Wow. Are you seeing this? Check it out. The college has got so many books here. I've never been to a proper library before. We kind of had one back on the island, but can you compare that to this? To think, all the countless books they have stored here. The decades, the eras of knowledge. The tales of stories of heroes of old, fables, legends, all sorts of narratives. I know we have important things to do, but don't you think it would be a good idea if we'd relax here for a bit? Just browse what they have to offer. And you don't have to keep dawdling there like a thrall. Come on, see if there's anything you'd like to read.
In High Rock, adhering to society and moving up the ranks they've devised is very important. Really though, status and etiquette are idiotic.
Not bad, not bad. I feel like I could spend ages in here. Or, I have an even better idea. Cast a pocket reality spell and take all these books with me. Time flows differently in Oblivion, so that would mean I could read all these books without a care in the world. Though, that would require me knowing that spell, which I don't. I just know someone mentioned it to my mom once. Ugh. Of course I am, and I take that as a compliment. But could I just finish up this book real quick? It's about some Dwemer schematics. Really interesting. Well, just give me a second. Huh. Dwemer recipe to create an ancilla. Mechanical intelligence. The first one... Cortana, it was called. Which was then inserted into a Dwemer exoskeleton, linking the user with this ancilla. Interesting. And I'm done. All right.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books. Aye, that's the work of Septimus Cygnus. He's the world's master of the nature of Elder Scrolls, but, well, he's been gone for a long while. Too long. Somewhere up north. He said he found some old Dwemer artifact, but well, that was years. Haven't heard from him since.
So this Septimus fellow became obsessed with the Dwemer and lost his mind in his pursuits. Why are you looking at me like that? Hello. Talk to you later, then.
Whoever wrote that book about the Elder Scroll is surely a madman. I doubt even the most learned scholar could make sense of his gibberish.
Oh, now that looks promising. Yes, I think it is. It will take me a moment to read through this. Don't you worry, though, I'm excellent at multitasking. I'll let you know when I've got the gist of it, okay? Alright, Ayla, I'm ready for some of your battle wisdom.
Any fool can just flail about, swinging his weapon as fast as he can. Any fool can die. Keep your guard up and wait for an opening.
It's hard to tell when I have an opening, though. I just don't think I have the brain for battle strategy.
Come on now, you're a sharp one.
Okay. I'll do my best. Did you need something? Alrighty.
Something's always felt off about Zadia. I wasn't surprised when the Alakir showed up. That's one less Thalmor agent. I think the college is due for a change.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend. Good day.
Azura's wisdom to you, friend.
So what's next for our adventures?
let's get going. What do you need to take? A huntress is always on.
And here we all are. Shall we? We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed... Anything. And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should... All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious.
Especially for a wizard.
You know, there might be gold somewhere in here.
So this must be Sarthal. Decrepit, webby, and dusty. Just lovely.
Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears.
You know, there might be gold somewhere in here.
This is an exciting opportunity for us to be able to study such an early civilization and the magics they use. Well, are there any questions before we begin? Ah, yes. Well, I expect he'd appreciate any enchanted items will do. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? Brelina, my dear, why don't you search for warding magics? Anything designed to keep people out. Interact with them. Just identify.
It's going to take forever to sift through all... He what? You must be one of the new apprentices. I've only looked through a portion of this. Try and be careful, all right? Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them.
Sacred nor dead.
Careful in there.
So they're sending the new students to wander around in Dangerous Rune and find dangerous magical artifacts? This is just like every trip back from my college days. Old guys making poor decisions and the students suffering for it. On the bright side, maybe we'll find something worth some gold.
Until next time.
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right? How in the world did that happen? Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there some way you can use it?
Oh, nice. nice. I found a gem rolled in that last linen wrap.
I sure hope Tolfdir knows what he's doing.
I'll be amazed. I see. It probably... I'll add this to the rest of the items. I don't think there's anything further I need from you.
Please be careful here. Well, I'm not... Well, would you? This appears to lead somewhere. Let's see where it goes. Why in the world?
I can't say I'm surprised.
Whatever
Next time,
one at a
be more
time.
careful before you pick up one of those
I already do
shiny
this one.
ones.
I call it a tactical retreat.
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
Don't risk combat.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened? I'm afraid I didn't see anything. Can you tell me more about what the Psijic Order? Are you quite... and danger ahead? The Psijics have no connection to these ruins, and no one's seen any of them. Perhaps we should... Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find? They were a group of mages with a history that predates the... No one's seen them in well over 100 years. They vanished, along with their sanctuary on the Isle of Artaeum. I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place. I have no... The Isle of Artaeum disappeared over 100 years ago. And yet now, suddenly, they've... If nothing else, I'd take it as a compliment. The Psijics have only ever dealt with those they feel worthy.
Just lovely. Another decrepit borrow to escape.
Did you feel something strange just now? Oh, I'm sorry, what? No, I'm afraid I didn't see any monk. Are you feeling okay? The Psijic Order? That sounds familiar. I can't for the life of me think of where I've heard that before. Something with the Altmer, I think. Alright, let me play along. Why did this monk appear to you? Well, that's not great, seeing as that's where we're currently living. If you haven't been hitting the skooma, and you actually did see this Sijic monk fellow, well, we'd better watch our backs.
A glorious hunt. I'm still here. Strike hard and fast.
Thane. Let's go.
You ever think about what's next? I've always fancied visiting the Somerset Isles.
Be careful. I've grown rather fond of our chats.
Be prepared to defend yourself. All right, then.
You talk to the Student Order? I've heard of them, even back in my day. I didn't think they'd still be around, especially after I'd heard about what happened to Artaeum. I wonder why they only spoke to you, too, and not to Tolfdir and I. Do you need something? Sounds good.
I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these coffins. This
Fighting
bears
alongside
closer
you keeps me
inspection.
sharp, just
I'd
how
like
I
to
like
stay
it.
a while and examine.
Done and done.
You, however, should press on. See if you can find whatever this vision of yours mentioned. But if it is truly dangerous, be careful. Go on ahead. I'll be sure and catch up with you before long.
I was
prepared
always
to
taught
defend
to
yourself.
avoid these types of
Until
ruins.
next time.
I think I see one. It's deeper than I thought. If I were a betting woman, I'd say something is either being guarded or trapped here. That usually is the case with these kinds of ruins, right? Enough monkey around. Let's do this.
I've got you in my sights.
I'll give you a shake!
think you can take the two of us? Get him, Scrap.
You did pretty good out there. Nice work.
My father grew up in Brazil, and he always complained about the cold in Whiterun. Now I know how he must have felt.
Are you all right? Now that's good team play. Hey, don't sniff me too much, all right?
Be prepared to defend yourself.
Let's return the ancestors to their rest.
By the blood, what is that?
I never pull my punches.
Nothing seems to work. Keep it busy. We'll try to drain some of its power.
But get this one!
This is simply... I have no idea. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I don't dare leave this unattended. Can you return to the college and inform Savo Saran of this discovery? Please, hurry.
Come on! Whoa, what in Shior's name is this thing? You know, I changed my mind. This is a wonderful field trip. Do you think my skin will melt off if I try to touch it? Probably worth it.
Need something, darling? Hi?
Now, back to that thought I was thinking.
Let's head on over to Winterhold and tell the Archmage about this orb. Now isn't really a good time.
What could this
We've stopped. What is it?
However, like Tofdir here, what kind of arcane power it is, I'm not too sure. It looks like something the Archmage would know about. Come on, let's move.
What you learn here... You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear? Personally, no. But that was a great many years ago, before all the members of the Order were called back to the island. Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I have enough to deal with right now. I see. I trust that Tolfdir will... Thank you for bringing... Tolfdir normally looks after your little group. Since he's apparently occupied, and I will need to see this discovery for myself, speak with Urag in the Arcanium. See if he's aware of anything that matches. And good work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins, perhaps this will be helpful. Until next time.
Look at them. Their minds were stolen. Their hands were forced to work against their own home.
Arcanium!
But no more.
Let's go!
This madness has ended.
I love it here. There's just so much knowledge.
I don't want to see you treating any of these. Hundreds of years have gone into us. I know what you want. Word travels faster. Well, you don't even need to ask. No, I said not anymore. Orthorn stole a number of books when he ran. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want them, you'll have to talk to Orthorn. He was an apprentice here at the college. Not very skilled, but got involved with a group of mages. When they left, he took off after them. Stole supplies and books from the college. Let's just call it a difference of opinion. They were interested in research that goes outside the bounds of what the college allows, so they were not enough to bother with. Archmage Aaron's approach, although now it looks like you'll be doing the sorting. Good luck with that.
I can't believe this mage fellow stole those books. I'd definitely never, ever do something like that.
Another day in Skyrim. I'm still trying to decide which is... the College of Winterhold. I've read about this place, but never really been... Everything just seems so... crumbly. Well, that's more for the main city, if you'd even call it that. But the college doesn't seem to be in the best shape either. It also doesn't help that most of the locals here despise the college, at least from what I've heard.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about something. Alright, let's get going.
You there. I have questions for you. You were in Sarthol, yes? It has come to my attention that something was found there. I know full well that you have. Please do not. Tolfdir is still there now, is he? I shall expect a full report when he returns. Something was discovered in Sarthol that was significant enough that Tolfdir... That sounds precisely like the sort of thing that should matter to everyone. Thank you for your help. You may go now. I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
Alright, Ayla, I'm ready.
If you see a big wind-up, get out of the way or bash him with your shield.
I don't want to start lugging around.
All right.
Off we are to this.
What is it with that
Then I
and
guess I'll have to
Kono?
get good at
He's
getting
being
out
a
of the
bit
way.
too prying, if you'd ask me.
You're always talking to me, but never to Scrap. Is there something you're not telling us?